wall.
Is it the first time that you've been to prison?
About 10 years ago in Cuba, I got caught flying a drone, which was illegal, and I did 13 days in confinement.
13
so this
days.
is my second.
Okay, and what was different about this time for you?
I don't know if there's a way you can mentally prepare for being there. I really don't know. The hardest part for me is I'm a father. I'm a father of 3. So every time I close my eyes, no matter how much I tried to think of like wonderful things and playing with my children, you know, the thing that would cross my mind over and over again is like my children are, when I return home, they're older. They're like 5 years older. So that was to me the most difficult thing. But I mean, really, it was very similar to my experience in Cuba. Now it so happens that I was there during this long weekend when everybody was out celebrating, meaning the world, the Trinidad world was shut down.
You've been in contact with your family since your release.
Yes.
How are they and how are they dealing with what is happening to you?
Yeah. What we sort of told ourselves is just one day at a time. The next time where we're going in front of the judges on Thursday, where we'll find out more information as to the charges and etc. It's too far in the future to think about how long this is going to take or what difficulties we're going to see. So my wife and I have been together 15 years, and we're just taking it one day at a time right now. I am stuck in the country. Part of my release was to submit my passport, and I have to check in with the police once a week. So I'm here for now.
In hindsight, given everything that is happening, do you have any regrets about the type of content that you've been wearing?
No, not at all. This is my country 128. So I've been to 128 countries doing exactly what I've done here. Now most people are YouTubers or content creators or journalists, whatever wording you want to use, they leave the country out of fear that maybe somebody they interview might come after them. But for the people that are being held in that police station, nobody has been convicted of a crime yet.
What was the condition of the place that you stayed in, like the prison that you stayed in?
Yeah. So I was held at the jail, not the jail, at the police station, Basin Street. Yeah. I want to be like very loud in saying that the staff that worked there were like extraordinarily kind, not just to me, because there were other prisoners there as well, non-convicted prisoners, and them going above and beyond their job, even to have an open ear for the younger 18. There's an 18-year-old man in my cell that definitely needed somebody to listen to his thoughts, and the correctional officers there and the police were amazing. So from a staff perspective, I have 0 complaints. From a physical maintenance type, it's hell. You know, when I asked the Canadian Embassy if they had any reading papers, just out of boredom, the only thing she had in her book was Nelson Mandela's human rights. It's like 50 pages of basic fundamental human rights for a prisoner once convicted. Things like, you know, being in one location for 24 hours a day is not healthy for you. So being there 6 days in a row is not great. And the lights never go on or off, so it's a constant, meaning you don't know what time of day it is. There's no daylight at all, no fresh air, very hot and sweaty. It took a few days to get showers for the first time. You're in the rule that they told me, the cleaner comes and gives us the broom to clean up. Maybe she's not able to come in the cell with the prisoners. And I asked, like, can we mop the ground? And they said, only if there's no prisoners does the floor get mopped. And like jokingly, she said, like, it could be weeks, if not months. No toilet paper, so urine all over the floor. It looks as if there's no toilet paper, so it looks like people just put their hands smearing feces all over the wall.
Is it the first time that you've been to prison?
About 10 years ago in Cuba, I got caught flying a drone, which was illegal, and I did 13 days in confinement.
15
so this
days.
is my second.
Okay, and what was different about this time for you?
I don't know if there's a way you can mentally prepare for being there. I really don't know. The hardest part for me is I'm a father. I'm a father of 3. So every time I close my eyes, no matter how much I tried to think of like wonderful things and playing with my children, you know, the thing that would cross my mind over and over again is like my children are, when I return home, they're older. They're like 5 years older. So that was to me the most difficult thing, but I mean, really it was very similar to my experience in Cuba. Now it so happens that I was there during this long weekend when everybody was out celebrating, meaning the world, the Trinidad world was shut down.
You've been in contact with your family since your release?
Yes.
How are they and how are they dealing with what is happening to you?
Yeah. Well, we sort of told ourselves it's just one day at a time. The next time where we're going in front of the judges on Thursday, where we'll find out more information as to the charges, etc. It's too far in the future to think about how long this is going to take or what difficulties we're going to see. So my wife and I have been together 15 years, and we're just taking it one day at a time right now. I am stuck in the country. Part of my release was to submit my passport, and I have to check in with the police once a week. So I'm here for now.
In hindsight, given everything that is happening, do you have any regrets about the type of content that you did while here?
No, not at all. This is my country 128. So I've been to 128 countries doing exactly what I've done here. Now most people are YouTubers or content creators or journalists, whatever wording you want to use, they leave the country out of fear that maybe somebody they interview might come after them. I'm very proud of the content that I create. I feel like I'm giving a voice to the people that are not often heard. Even till right now, in my eyes, I'm not guilty of any crime. I will not be pleading guilty. I'm ready to continue on with this. I don't know if you want to call it a battle, but I have great hopes that the judicial system here will find me innocent of the crime. So I don't look back and say I should have changed something because I don't feel like I've done anything wrong.
Did you personally make the videos that you did here private on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody asked me to do that. During this whole investigation, I thought it would be respectful of me to just ask my wife in Toronto to remove the videos until further notice. But those videos will go back live within the next day or so. I just need the devices in order to do so. So it was never under the recommendation of the police. Nobody forcibly requested me to do so. I know that media makes it sometimes out to look that way. No party involved has asked me to take down videos.
A lot of people have been asking, usually when people do this type of content, they record it here, they leave, and then they upload it.
Yes.
What makes you do it differently where while you're here, you upload in real time?
Yeah. I love the contact with people. So I'm very proud of the work I do. So I want to get it up right away. And meeting people on the street that recognize you for your work, it opens up new doors. Somebody might contact me and say, hey, let's go fishing because I saw your other video, and it opens up a new opportunity to make new friends along the way. And that's what I enjoy the most. Like, I'm not doing this, the reason I do this and document my life is to share experiences and to create new experiences. So that wouldn't be as possible if I waited 3 months to upload. It's like, to me, the news is the news. We're having this conversation now because it's current. Can you imagine if we had this conversation 3 months from now? It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Has any of this affected how you view Trinidad today?
Well, Trinidad as a whole, not at all. You know, the first question I asked when being questioned going through this process is, I'm like, hopefully I'm going to be allowed to come back to this country. There's a real big concern for me. I've fallen in love with Trinidad, and I would hate to think, and the people, right? So I'd hate to think that I'm not allowed back. It's really bothered me. Again, I'm confident in the judicial system. My first bail hearing was granted, so there's no reason for me not to believe I'll get a fair trial. So no, I have no hatred towards the country. I feel like I'm stepping in grounds that nobody else has stepped in as an international YouTuber, if that's what you want to call me. So I'm having a more difficult time than somebody else might have. But if anybody's going to go through it, I'm willing to be the person.
What is next for you if you're looking beyond what is happening now?
Yeah, well, you know, my first goal is to get home to see my wife and kids. Those restrictions are all going to be determined by the bill. And the restrictions I have pertaining to bill, for the time being, I'm going to continue filming it and documenting my life. This is more than me getting views. You know, I'm 46 now. Hopefully I've only lived half of my life. The love I'm getting in the streets and the encouragement, and it's not just a simple hi. People are stopping crying on my shoulder and telling me their frustrations. I want to document that for myself. Even if nobody sees the videos, I want to film. This is a memory for me. It's a part of my life that I want to document. So by the end of today, I definitely will have a camera, and by tomorrow, I'll definitely be able to record and film what I see.
So just you regular going about your days, what you're gonna, the type of content that you're gonna essentially.
Yeah. Really no different than I've ever filmed. Right? I know in media, the sales point for Christmas list is I'm this gang journalist. If you look at the 350 videos I've uploaded, you'll see much more than just that. I think shiny objects seem to attract people. You know, the kind of content I like to film is cultural. It could be like an 80-year-old woman teaching me how to cook food, or a fisherman explaining how important 3 fish are a day. So I'm going to shoot content that's cultural to the location that I enjoy filming. And I'm excited. I can't wait to get a camera back.
And to the people who have been supporting you,
Yes.
What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I get emotional. TJ's with me, and he's been helping me, not as a driver, as a friend. And when I was in jail, he was bringing me food every day. When somebody stops to show support, I don't know if I verbalize how important it is to me and how much it's appreciated. But it is. It's hard for me in words. I'm an emotional person. I come to tears actually quite easily. Not during the jail time, but I mean during the meeting people that support me time. It brings a huge smile to my face. So if you see me in the street, I'm human like anybody else is human. I greatly appreciate any support.
Is there anything else you'd like to say at this time?
Yeah, just again and again, and I'll keep preaching. I hope that what's happened to me here in Trinidad does not deter other tourists from visiting this incredible country. Because if you use my circumstance, which once again has never happened in the history of Trinidad, you know, don't use that as a reason not to visit Trinidad. If I am able to return and everything really gets cleaned up, you have my word, my promise. This is a country I'm going to continue to come back to.
Would you still do that type of content if you were to return?
You know, I don't feel like I broke any rules, so I'm going to continue filming the content that I normally film. The one thing I have to say is, if I say I've learned something from this moment on, I, as a creator, am responsible for what the people in my videos say. So I have to put precaution into who I talk to and what they talk about. But I will continue to film the same kind of content that I've been filming most of. I'm not going to be suddenly like completely altering my whole brand. I'll continue on the direction I was going.
But with new precautions.
With new precautions. Yes.
And that's for any country that you
100%. Yes. You know, as a man in life, and not just as a man, as a father, as somebody that knows I don't know it all, there's definitely things I'm going to learn every single day of the week, and I'd be stubborn not to take that knowledge and use it for my benefit to get better at everything in life.
Where did you plan to go after you had left TNT?
Yeah.
Where was next for you?
My car is actually in Miami. at $25 a day, it's at the airport. So I was gonna go back to Miami and then drive home and take a 2-week drive back to Toronto. Initially, when I came here to Trinidad, it was supposed to be for 5 days, and I was going to go to Guyana and Suriname. But as you can see, I've been here a lot longer. I've sort of overstayed my initial plans.